Is this thing on? Hello? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is I, Unseat Strike, and you are watching the Stronghold! Feels good to get that out. Okay, here we go. We're gonna load in 1, 2, 3, bing, bang, boom. So this is an old game we played a little while ago, and we were talking about this in the Discord. I was like, you know what? Do you know what? I think we should show it. So we're gonna hop right in. 1, 2, 3, bing, bang, boom, Narnia. Okay, nice 3v3. This was a community cast we did on stream. I know I said I was gonna try and upload one of these games once a day. Been a little busy, Okay, first of all, I had a death. Okay, one of my poor fish died. I was very heartbroken. There's now only 2 fish in the tank. 1 man died. I came home from work and he was just floating, kind of sad. Whew, that was rough for me. Anyway, we've got some salamanders here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We got. Well, I guess you could say they're green space wolves. Okay, again, everybody in this game, we all know each other from the stream. Again, this is my stream here, twitch.tv. So Unseat Strike, and here we go. We have our blue space marines. I actually really like this dark blue space marine color. Over here, we have myself and the guard. Okay, playing pretty standard. Down here, we have Tau in the corner, mid-corner area. And then the far left, we got Dog. One of the dogs playing as Tau. And here we go. We have Narnia, a very strong 4-lane map. Okay, 4 lanes. You got 1 lane going all the way down here on this far right side. There's relics in each corner of the map. There's some critical locations in the middle. Plenty of room to go in the middle here to go in between lanes. Huge dividing wall Necron tomb here. Okay, and then the same thing on the other side mirrored. You've gotten these relics here and straightaways to enemy bases. It's quite a journey. You got to be careful. You can overextend. People can flank you. 1, 2, 3. So here we go. First things first. I'm gonna pretend and play like I've never played. Again, this was recorded probably like 2 months ago. So I'm gonna. I don't know exactly what happens, but we've got Commander Big Balls here, surveying the land. We're gonna go out and try and start capping up this lane. In the middle here, I think we saw someone say Kroot. I see Kroot here and the Tau Commander coming out. And on the far left, we have another Tau build here. Tau Commander's already cooking. Stealth suit wandering out, journeying, looking what's going on. In the north, our company of Marines, the Emperor sent his finest here to work with the stinky Dark Eldar. Now, this Dark Eldar player is a member of the stream community. Very toxic. You should be ashamed for the build you're about to commit in this game. All right, I do remember that. I remember that was being one thing. Anyway. This map, Narnia, can be pretty cool. A lot of big battles. There's plenty eco. Everybody gets 3 points minimum. Plus, well, not everybody gets the relic, but then you also get the lane points and the crit locations in the middle. You can get quite an eco build going, and you could do really well. So, again, this map is a little large, so it takes a second. What's going on here with the unit spacing on these skateboarders? So we have skateboards coming in now. Do they all rally to the same point? Wow, that one dude in the back must have some gas in his tank. So Dark Eldar, first ones out on the map. They do want blood here. They want to see what's going on. They're going to be the first ones in. They're going to get first contact here. They're ready, and they are waiting. Look at them. The color's a little dark here. Actually, Space Marines and Tau Commander here, first ones to engage. These scouts don't know what's going on.
Scouts awaiting orders.
And these scouts, just like my fish, died. A moment of silence. Poor fishy. Anyway, okay. We're going back at it. Guard here, moving up the side. I catch hold of these Reavers. Commander Large Balls here. He is afraid to do this solo, and as you can see, I didn't upgrade my command squad right away because I didn't know what I was going to be facing. And that I didn't is bad, but on the same side, it's good. It gives the Reavers a target to not kill. So they don't go for my commander right away, but if I do lose him, there's no investment here. My guard is already pulling back. I'm getting a heavy bolter turret, and I can jump in here and be safe. Left side, Tau already laying down enough suppressing fire. Force commander here from Mr. Dongus has the plasma pistol. He's going to go ahead and he can actually trade pretty well with his Tau commander, even though Tau commander's got that range superiority. Left side, again, you'll see. I garrison inside. The Reavers taking quite a bit of damage. The priest is here. This bolter turret needs to go up. So this worker dying here, I don't remember if he does die. It would be critical. I don't think he does die. If he does, I'm going to be pretty sad with myself. Come on. Don't do it. No! Oh, I got it. Wow. Worker lives on 8 HP. Meanwhile, Reaver's here in the plasma generator. Thankfully, with the guard, we can jump in. Do I chase like a baboon? I think I do. Dark Eldar rotating around back on the left side.
This day shall be a glorious one for the
Kroot moving up the middle. I'm asking to build, please. Or Crazy's asking to build. I don't know what he's asking me to build. I'm gonna jump over to him. I don't know what he wants built. Let's see. Maybe so. Oh my! We've got Kroot versus Mandrakes here. Someone's talking about Damocles. We talked about that already. I don't know how the Tau fumbled that bag. Force Commander coming in hot here. Gonna fight this Tau Commander. Tau Commander needs to flee. He doesn't want to be taking these power swords. I'm letting everybody know there's Hellions trying to be a good teammate. We weren't in a voice chat. Kroot doing the right thing, eating here. Getting some of that takeout. Here we go. Hellions battered and bruised. I did lose a generator. Getting a heavy bolter turret in base, I'm afraid. Again, if we look at our vision for our team, it's not the best on my side, especially a lot of slacking there. I didn't see anything past my base, which is a blunder. I should have had a minefield or something right here to keep an eye on this middle. I let my teammate down, Mr. Dr. Professor President Unicorn. But on my far right flank, we're secure, we're safe. I'm building safely with the gens in the back. Tau already tier 2 here with their Path of Enlightenment. Let's look across the board. Space Marines doing their thing. Get another Space Marine squad. They're slowly moving up. Again, you can see he's also doing the same thing, Mr. Geopirate. Dark Eldar still committing to the Reaver build. That's what you want to see. Reaver's the way. Our Space Marine player on the left already has his machine cold down. We're going to see vehicles. And now here we go. Dark Eldar seeing a weakness in our lines. Everybody's very far forward. Might as well go for the base. Force Commander still trading really well. Caught that stealth suit with his pants off. A lot of slave chambers back here. That could be juicy later on. Vespid's coming out. They're going to try and hold their ground here. Mandrake's going to make clean work. And at this point, I'm like, uh-oh. We got to send the boys back. I'm already also teching to tier 2. I've got my vehicle depot coming. The armies of Team North are now converging in. We've got Marines. Okay, we've got everything going. Crazy letting us know his Space Marine player tacked up. And look at this. This is a brutal beating. And now I run my command squad in here. This probably wasn't the best idea. I have no support here. Just some guardsmen out in the field. It's almost worse than nothing. But on the same flip side, now they're getting shot at. Gives my teammate, Mr. Unicorn, time to get back here. The guard were meant to die anyway. Let them die. Command squad just disrupting here. Kroot getting in here trying to knock as many people off the bike. I get a nice thank you for my guard dying in the field. My guard are trying, but the Fire Warriors are the golden unit here, so any guard can die to keep that going. We're in shape. Tau Commander in base harassing Green Space Marine, trying to slow the eco down. He knows this is going on. He's got to make a power move here. Commander Big Balls, his squad still doing really well. Going to take these Mandrakes out. We got a Space Marine bolter line forming up in the back. Kroot jumping all up on this Reaver jet bike here. And you look at the unflinchingness of him. Psyker shocks the Space Marine squad in the back. Command squad's still doing a really nice job. Let's go back over to my base for a second. Where are the Sentinels, ladies and gentlemen? There's no Sentinels coming. What was I doing? I'm getting another heavy bolter turret. I was getting afraid that this horde was going to come to me. And it just might. It just might. Tau Commander getting ravaged here. He's all alone. Those Tau Fire Warriors did fall back. There's a second squad now. There's guardsmen hiding on the cliff. Do we jump off or do we serve the Emperor to the end? And we're going to serve the Emperor to the end. The Reaver jet bike horde is moving now. They got to stay away from this Tau Commander. There's also an enemy Force Commander here ripping through Fire Warriors. Not what you want to see. Commander Big Balls is no more. They are defeated. Mandrake's capping up nicely. These Space Marines have a Sargant in here now. They're going to try and go ahead and start getting some weapon upgrades in a minute. Sentinels are here. The Sentinels have arrived, baby. What do we got on the Sentinels? Took one Reaver down right away. Beautiful shot. This pilot's already going to get a medal. He's got to try and hold the line here. Meanwhile, on the north side, the Tau Fire Warrior gun line inching up. Going to try and start putting some hurt on the other team. Over here, there's a Dreadnought walking across. Stealth suits do see it. And he gets punched in the face for seeing that information. I don't see the Sentinel. Sentinel's still alive. We have a Devilfish now. Sentinel here is picking through most of these Reavers. Looks like there's more coming. The Dark Eldar economy is really chugging along here. These scouts keeping really nice watch. Another Space Marine squad coming. And I've got Hellhounds now coming out. Missile launcher Space Marines here. If they get a hold of this Sentinel, it's over. And I think they might have. No, there he is. Hero Sentinel here. Dodging through all of this fire. He's going to flame off another last round here in a second. But the Space Marines with the missiles. One missile impacts the hull. Devilfish goes down. Stealth Suit gets ravaged there with the poison blades, and it's not looking good for Mr. Professor Unicorn. Tau gunline on the left slowly being... Is he being forced back? Maybe he's being forced back. A little indecisiveness. These double dreadnoughts on the flank could be deadly if he goes too far. Not enough stealth suits and EMPs. Tau in the middle now getting ravaged. Eco going on for the Eldar. Let's take a look. Dark Eldar. I have Hellhounds now. Double Hellhounds. Another Sentinel. Oh, that's the same Sentinel. Went back and got repaired. We're going to try and save this this Tau player. Meanwhile, Tau here has to run through a Dreadnought horde. Very scary. Tau Commander one tap away from dying. EMP goes up. Look at the point-blank damage that the Tau can really put down. We're going to jump back here. Marines getting cooked with Prometheum. Sentinel again dodges another missile. This guy's a legend out here. I wish you could see how many confirmed kills like Company Heroes 2. Morale is destroyed on these Space Marines. We're safe from missiles for now. No, not the Sentinel! No! Down he goes. Heroic pilot. The Mandrakes rip him out and dice him up. Triple Hellhounds here, though, pushing through, trying to get as many Marine models on broken morale to slow the damage down. This Hellhound is fleeing away with 22. It's being held together with toothpicks. Is it going to go? 10, 9, 8, down it goes. Hull explodes. Heavy bolter turret coming up right here. Forward observation point. These Marines putting down on these loyal Magoses of the Mechanicum. Double Hellhounds here. Hellhounds aren't that great, but you can see they're doing a lot of morale damage. And now the Barracudas are here going to try and clean it up. This lone cadre headquarters surviving for dear life. Sergeant staring down both. What are the weapons called in Hellhounds? Inferno cannons? No, right? That's for the Titans. Look at this cheeky Dark Eldar forward build LP. Turret does not complete. Plasma pistol from this Sargat desperately firing in. Another Hellhound on 1 HP. Guard rebuilding their numbers here. They're a little scared. We're going to go back over here. Stealth suits in Space Marines base. This Tau army here held off double dreadnoughts and a force commander, rebuilding an LP. He's getting ready to engage and take out all these gens. There's a worker trying to repair. He's beep booping. Tau Air Force is here, cleaning up as much as they can. This force commander's in here. Not good. Slowly going in town there. Reavers coming back in. Whoa, that Hellhound just kind of flickered there. Chimera coming out, going to try and transport the lads somewhere. And I'm teching up to tier 3. Let's check what's going on here. Geo is now getting his vehicles down. Homoculus coming out. And again, this power grid damage is not good. You don't want this to happen. You're trying to tech vehicles. He did lose double dreadnoughts. That is expensive. If you get a Tau barracks in the field. Koyon Command Center is now up. Barracuda's ripping through what's left of the Tau. The HQ went down to the Force Commander. Hate to see it. Vehicles coming back. We're going to try and get some repairs in. And now it's almost like a 2v3. The Tau player is having workers alive. He's rebuilding. I asked him to build by me. So he's going to come build in my little corner here. We're pretty safe. There's turrets here. There's some mines here. It's a safer area. So I told him to come build here. At least my vehicles can respond a little quicker. Tau have to fall back a hair to stay away from these assault marines. But look at the rippling Fulisade plasma volley that just went off. So Tau is still in the game. He just needs to be careful not to let the Dark Eldar see him. And this little drone is going where no drone has gone before. This poor man. I hope he's not going where he thinks he's going. Mandrake's coming in. It's okay though. He got the headquarters down. I've got a worker coming to come help him out, build it out. I didn't get this Hellhound repaired yet. Sloppy. The Castigan are coming. Another worker here first. Tau on this left side still doing their job, keeping an eye on the Space Marines, getting any picks on generators. Terminators are coming. We've got Scourges out. Let's do a quick eco check. Tau's at 122.60. I'm at 124.79. 0-0 for our Tau player, but his HQ is being rebuilt, so he's safe. We're going to get him back in the game. We've got 68-40. Green Space Marine player is very crippled on the eco. He's about half of everybody else's. That Dark Eldar player really took a lot of his stuff. Tau's taking a lot of his things. But the Terminators are here. 110.50. Got no float, so he's actually doing good. He's getting all of his upgrade. A lot of stuff queued here. He's just a must-hit tier 3. He's getting everything he now needs. Dark Eldar 140.53. Also spending almost everything they got coming in. Tau running into a Scourge horde. Koyon Command just finished. Targeting Optics just finished. Coalition Center's down. And now we need to be careful. Dark Eldar are still threatening this middle. Crazy Dog asking where I am. I'm building the horde. I think I was talking to the chat here. I got very distracted. I'm camping the base. I'm not camping the base. All right, I was talking to the chat. We were discussing the tactics. Dark Eldar doing their thing, getting in on the Tau gun line, and the Dreadnought's now going to help them out. Tau are going to try and get to this strong point. Unfortunately, Tau don't get turrets, which I don't think is fair. I think they should get turrets. Meanwhile, right side, horde of Space Marines coming down. Oh, maybe not. They got conflicting orders now, pulling back. The Apothecary needs to see them at the nurse's office right away. Tau morale broken. Homoculus does so much work for any kind of Dark Eldar push, and I think there was a Crucible out from him. Broadside suit putting his feet in the mud right in front of this advancing army. Very ballsy. Twin railguns immediately taking a Reaver out. Can he take out another one? Or he took a what do they call it? The Hellions, not a Reaver. And Tau army was ravaged on the front lines. Full retreat. Both Fire Warrior teams did survive, which is really good. And we now need to see what happens here. Let's see. We've got a Devilfish troop carrier. Space Marine of the Blue Forces here ran all the way back around the mid, try and group up with his teammates. I think that's the right call. If you don't know what's going on in front of you, maybe you're not as confident in what you're going to attack into. I love this Dark Eldar has this here to see vision. This is so smart. Look at all of the map they can see on the north versus what we can see here. We see almost nothing. So at this point, I'm like, let me drive forward and take a peek, see what's going on here. So I'm pushing out. I'm like, we haven't seen anybody in this lane for a while, so we're going to push out. I am building an infantry command in the back of Tau's base. We know they're coming. We saw this horde, so I'm like, okay, I know they're coming. Let me have this infantry command built. I can get over here and support because this middle ground is now enemy territory. We can't see it anymore. The Tau base is slowly being rebuilt. I'm pretty sure we were donating. I'm building an extra HQ here to get my eco going, and now there's an enemy horde approaching. Space Marines already here. Terminators are down, and they see this infantry command, and they're not happy about it. This needs to be built so we can get troops here. Another deep strike beacon was just loaded in. You heard it. More Terminators. And here we go. They don't like this barracks being here. Did I even build anything out of it? I don't think I even got anything over here. Oh! Ah! We got... Okay. Alright, we got a Vindicare Assassin here. We got a Fire Warrior gunline, and we got some guards with plasma guns coming. Orbital Bombardment's going to hold them back for now. We can't let this base fall. We don't have time to rebuild it. Guard doing the right thing here, just getting eaten. This is their sole purpose as a Commissar executing them. The Ethereal's taking a couple Thunderhammer hits, but he's okay. Vindicare Assassin does ridiculous damage in situations like this where you don't know he's there. There's so much happening, loud noises and explosions. You don't know, hear, or see him. You wouldn't expect him to be here. It's a Tau base, Tau Town. Anyway, to the south, the Dark Eldar Horde is coming. Now, in the north, I've pushed my advance all the way into Blue Space Marines base. We're going to take some power generators out. We're going to take some wreck points. We're going to take some tech out. It's the only thing we can do. Meanwhile, back in the Tau's base, a whole Terminator squad going down like that for almost free for just losing some guard is crazy. He's going to have to be forced to repurchase that. I don't know if he has the eco to do so currently. He does have the money, but you're going to be a little depleted. And look at this horde of units. Down goes the Tau barracks. I'm assuming they think that's the final building for Tau, but it's not. And this Ogren's now coming across. Lehman Russ is coming to the right. I'm like, okay, we got to get over here. We got to help out our Tau brethren as they're going to be sieged in. Guard trying their best. We're going to push them out. Terminator's slowly being picked apart with that Vindicare, which I don't think I can see him anymore. And this is where it's going to get real dicey. All these Reavers now pushing up the hill. Keep firing is right. The Tau gunline is ridiculously strong when backed into a corner. We've got double guard support here now. The Vindicare, where's he going? Where are you going? Crazy Dog saying it's too late for that. It's never too late. We're cleaning out of one of the bases right now. We've got a strong push here. Meanwhile, we're decapping everything in our path. More Terminators are teleported out. We're actually really cool. I didn't see that at the time. Another Crew Shaping Center coming down. Dreadnought tanking incredibly well. There's no anti-vehicle here, so whatever we need to do, we got to get over here. I got a Lehman Russ here in a really bad spot, but it's doing its job by drawing fire. Witch is coming in. Huge engagement now. Crack missiles coming in from the tac squads. Meanwhile, Blue Space Marines pushing up the hill, and what are they going to meet? Tau gunline firing point blank at them. They're being ravaged. There's an ethereal strike coming down. Marines being pushed off this hill. You shall not take this hill. Infantry command going down again. I'm like, listen, there's no way we're going to push through the middle ground. I'm pulling the Lehman Russ's back. There's more Space Marines dropping. A lone Commissar fighting Terminators. Heroic to the end. Meanwhile, another Fire Warrior team coming out from Mr. President Unicorn. He's finally getting on his feet again. And again, we talked about this last time. I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to reference this video and a couple other videos I have of Guard, because there's a Guard tutorial video coming. By 20 minutes as Guard, and some people disagree with me, but I really think this is more for team games. And we're going to go off on a little tangent. I know people don't like this. You want to have multiple depots for mech commands, multiple infantry commands, and you want to be pumping from everything. All 3 heroes from all 3 infantry commands. You should have everything being produced, and you're going to see that coming up in a minute. So I just wanted to stop there and just kind of briefly touch on that, because I know it can be tough to micro everything in this field of battle. There's Terminators on all sides of the map. So this infantry command is now done. Green Space Marines forced to fall back. There's still plenty of Terminators. Raiders coming. When do you see this unit from the Dark Eldar? Dark Eldar Raiders coming. Ogren's leading the charge. Dark Eldar recuperating here. Blue Space Marines recovering. They were ravaged on this hill. They walked in not knowing what was going on. Guard are now planting their heels here. We've got 3 Guard squads, or 2. No, it looks like 3. There's like 2 or 3 Guard squads here. Meanwhile, one of the Space Marine bases has been destroyed. We pushed in. This was a successful push-up with the Casterkin and the command squad leading the day. Dark Eldar looking to see what they can find. They want to come in here to be Raider. I've got a heavy weapons team now, but it's too late. Our Tau player is rebuilding. I've got turrets everywhere. We can see what's going on. Lehman Russ is now running down the middle. Ogren's doing their job, drawing all this fire. We want to kill as many of these Marines as possible. These Space Marines are actually in a good spot. If they can get a couple missile launchers, they'll rip through these really weak tanks. Meanwhile, again, as you can see, Dark Eldar doing their job, cutting as much reinforcements off as they can. Tau slowly peeking forward. This is why the Kayon command post is nice. You get extra range on your Fire Warriors, and you just do absolutely fantastic. Someone's asking if they need resources. Mr. Geo being a good teammate. Dog saying push their bases. What does Geopirate have left? I don't even know. What does he have left? He says a Force Commander. Need blue, have lots of power. He doesn't have much even left, and he's still offering up his stuff. I don't know. Does he have a building? How does he have things? This is Mr. Unicorn. What does he have? What is? I want to pause for a second. What is the greatest? Oh, he's got a Stronghold. I didn't know this in the game either. Okay, he's still in the game. They're fighting to the end. I love these 3v3s and 4v4s where there's the fight to the end. And so here we go. Imperial Guard player digging in. We got bolter turrets guarding the ridge. At this point, I didn't think we were gonna win. I'm gonna be honest with you. So we had heavy weapons teams digging in. We got turrets here, minefields. If they want to push this Tau base, they gotta work for it. So again, I'm slowly digging in. I'm using all these points here to kind of build my eco back up, get my money going. Baneblade is here. Commissar's coming out. I don't think the Baneblade can actually get through here. So Tau slowly regaining their strength. We're just pushing out. We're bleeding the enemy. Ethereal scouting. And here comes another scary wave of troops. Marines backed up with Dark Eldar dogs and scourges. And here we go. The Tau greatly overstepped their protection. The Imperial Guard did not say they could leave the base, and they left it anyway. And the Guard are here. They're just going to be like, okay, you let us know when you want us to do our job. A Soulstorm coming in. Huge Soulstorm. Guard right in the center, getting their souls sucked. And it looks like the, I forget what it's even called. It like changes the enemy's team or confusion. There's acid now coming out of the storm. But now there's a Baneblade coming in to secure the middle. The Force Commander and Ogre's running right into that. Sentinels now found a Chaplain. Chaplain's almost as big. How crazy is that? Did you just deep strike into your own base? Did he? He did. Geo's asking to fight. He's actually here reinforcing his Terminators, trying to get him back to full strength. He's getting his armor deployments, and Predators would be great. And here we go. They're pushing up this hill again, but this time there's Guard heavy weapons teams. There's plasma guns en masse up here. There's heavy bolter turrets in the back. Excuse me, Mr. Heavy Weapons team, you need to set up. And here we go. The Guard are just going to do a little dance. Let these auto cannons really start pumping. They're running into these bolter turrets. This is not good. Heavy bolter, auto cannons. This is Guard territory now. It's Dark Eldar. You don't know what you ran into. I've got Guard in the building now, and these witches are just being ravaged. Jump the guard right out. We're going to get a little execute. Jimmy gets shot for nothing. Heavy weapons teams get a damage buff. And now here we go. The next wave of Dark Eldar is going to run in here. And we're going to hold this line. We're going to hold this line. Crew Talk's coming out from the dog. One weapons team goes down. Archon running running into Bulger Waves. There's a lone Tau squad in here. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, spill their insides on the ground, that the Archon says. The Baneblade in the back ravaging through all those Scourges. Let's go check out what they're shooting at. Ogren's coming to save the day. Scourges are not looking backwards. I think that's a mistake. Oh, the Ogren! Oh man, what are these called? The Crew Toxes are here. They're going to rip through these Terminators. Walking, ripping, killing machines. Infantry Command does survive that wave, but now the Baneblade's here. We want to run some Eldar over. Meanwhile, in the north, we're remassing up our command here. We're going to go ahead and get ready to mount the push. Space Marines in the blue are fleeing, it seems. And now we've recaptured the middle of our base as a Librarian keeping an eye on the Dark Eldar allies. Vespids here doing their thing, harassing any LPs. And we're slowly building back. Another heavy weapons team here getting ready to be deployed in a minute. We held the Tau base, but at what cost? Most of the Tau's army was ravaged. Absolutely ravaged. There's a Terminator squad here. Force Commander's leading them heroically, but now there's a Baneblade coming. Gotta be real careful here. It looks like I'm still on Geopirate. He's rebuilding his tech, but he does not have the power. He's got a lot of money banked up. Yeah, these Terminators getting ravaged by the Baneblade. Now the Baneblade's gonna heroically lead a charge. There's some stealth suits with their pants actually on for once. I see you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. No, I'm looking at you. Looking at you, buddy. And here we go. Now in the north, we're pushing in. Double Hellhounds. We've got the command squad loaded out with priests and psychers. There's a Scorpion here. I think the Scorpion will win. Fanaticism popped. We just zapped it, and now let's see how this Scorpion stands. Down it's going. It's taking a beating. Unfortunately, the command squad is not good versus vehicles. They should get some melt-a-bombs. I think that would really... I think the command squad needs a buff. Relic, hear me out. We need to buff the command squad. Fanaticism and priests and psychers, that's not enough. Right side, Crew Tox and Fire Warriors pushing out. There's snipers shooting, trying to kill the Crew Shaper on the back. Left side, Baneblade is cooking. It's moving forward. I have all capitals care for your base in case the Terminators come back. I was very afraid with his scouts here and this crit location being in their hands, they could get in here. Dog says the craziest thing I've heard him say all night, it's gone anyway. Well, if they kill your base, Dog, and it's gone, I'm going to cry. So I'm asking him, please build. I can't do this alone. I'm asking him to please build something. We've got double Lehman Russ is coming. And the Dark Eldar redirect everything they have to push back my attack. But it's too late. The Guard army is coming down this left flank. Space Marines fully retreating. Not much left they could do. They're setting up a defensive line here. We've got Marines coming down. Gens coming down. The chapter's putting everything it can into this. Casterkin up here being ravaged. Absolutely ravaged. Elite Commandos eaten by dogs. What do you think of that? Here we go. Tau pushing up the middle, and now it's going to be a Dark Eldar last stand here. The Dark Eldar actually do pretty well if you can get enough Scourges and what is it called? The Chariot? Whatever his chariot is, the chariot is coming. Where is it? I saw him build the soul cage, but I know it's coming out of one of these buildings somewhere. But anyway, Ogren's leading the line. We've got a Baneblade coming up the left flank here, and now the Space Marines are quaking in their bootsies. Here we go. Meanwhile, back in Guard Town, we're building up everything we can just in case something comes. Getting more vehicles coming out. Mr. Unicorn has made it to Tier 2 with his Path of Enlightenment. I had no detection up here. As you can see, cold units being called. My priests, or my psychers were all killed. And the Baneblade is just the firing weapons platform. Space Marines are dropping on this Baneblade right now. Let's see what comes down. Assault Terminators ravaging through the hull of this Baneblade. Execute goes off. A lot of plasma guns here. Very scary with no support to drop Terminators in. They're giving it their dang best, but with this many plasma guns and execute, it's a losing fight. Meanwhile, Tau holding this flank here. Lehman Russ is driving over anything they can to try and rout the enemy here. More Fire Warriors firing. These scouts also got caught with their pants off. can't outshoot Tau once they have the Path of Kalyan. It's just not a thing. Left side, Ogrins redoubling their efforts. The Commissar and the Priest are urging them forward desperately. Please go forward, Mr. Ogrin. Meanwhile, they get blasted apart by the Hell Cannon. Or right, the Demolisher Cannon, and I forget what is it a Mega Blaster? A Mega Cannon? I forget what the main turret cannon's called. But, so here we go. This is, unfortunately for the Guard, a really tough choke to push through. The Space Marines put their stuff in such a way. There's no way you can path vehicles through there. This horde of Guard is tough to path through. And the Space Marines, I mean, if there was Predators in the back, the Space Marines would be able to hold this. Poor Commander, deflated balls. Going right back to the Apothecary. Look at him, he's sleeping silently. Good night, sweet prince. There's the Predator I was talking about. Yeah, if you keep a couple Predators here, you'll do really well. Maybe a Whirlwind. I know it's rare to see a Whirlwind these days. Over here, we've got double Crew Toxes causing trouble. Dark Eldar fleeing. They don't know what to deal with those. I think even in the lore of the Dark Eldar, like, what the hell's going on with the birds? The Crew Birds? Like, what is going on? Sentinel beams piercing Baneblade here. This heavy cover's in a really cool spot. And now the siege is on. One Predator now. There's the Whirlwind. Holy cow, he heard me. The Emperor heard. Let's see how good this Whirlwind does, because this is, I mean, everything's in heavy cover here, but let's see what they do. Now, spoiler alert, I really like this color scheme. This is what I want to paint my Guard on the tabletop, like a rad waste orange and like a hazard striped blue. You know, not like a hazard stripe like the Iron Warriors, like the yellow and black, but like a dark blue and maybe like an orange kind of color. You know, maybe they came from like a radiant. I mean, most of them do anyway. There's the Vindicator. I don't know how he got up here. You know what I'm talking about? Like I mean, most of the Hive Worlds are shit anyway, and they're radiation hellholes, but this Guard regiment specifically, it has like an orangey hued hellhole. I don't know. Don't know much about rad wastes. You don't really see a lot of that on Earth. And here it is. Here's the chariot, the pimp wagon, flying in hot. Very rare you see this vehicle as well. And now they're going to give these Tau a run for money, and they're going to push through this real easy. The Dais puts out a lot of damage, has a huge damage reduction field on its allies. You can see these little circles radiating on everything around it. Such a cool little unit and a utility vehicle for the Dark Eldar, where most of the units are very flimsy. And look at that, they're going to eat through these Tau. 1, 2, 3. These dogs are such great tanks. Can't see the stealth suits. He's going to go ahead and shoot the beam. It didn't kill them. I'm not sure. Maybe because they're stealth and they had their pants on. Sentinel goes down. Psychers pathing through the middle, unfortunately. They're going to go down here. And now this Dark Eldar army can push through the mid and they can flank, or maybe they can go for someone's base. These dogs, unfortunately, morale was broken. They'll eat each other. Both squads. You saw me cast that psychic ability just to slow them down. If the witch leader doesn't have the ability to calm them, they'll just go crazy for a little while. Another Crew Tox coming down the mid. But look at the damage these Scourges and this Dais puts out. It's just such good damage. Talos hitting from behind. Hits as hard as a Dreadnought, if not a little harder. And it attacks quick. They both go down at the same time. Tau see it and they are fleeing. Meanwhile, here, Guard are slowly creeping forward. They're throwing everything they got. The Tau Air Force on the backside here, ravaging the backline of the economy. Predators with double last cannons, gonna rip through this lone Chimera. Guard are moving in. Baneblade creeping forward. A Ravager out here, and huge anti-vehicle platform. Rips through a Sentinel in one volley. Guard are slowly pushing in here, trying to see what they can do. Ravager gets CC'd, and now that the Baneblade can fire at its leisure, Dark Eldar army pulls back. Try and save his Space Marine brethren here. Lehman Russ chilling on the back, getting repairs from a Magos of the Imperium, the Mechanicum. CC goes off on the Dais, and it is now stuck here. And the Dais' death beam actually goes off, wipes out three whole squads of Imperial Guard. Ravaged. I didn't know that this ability still can be used even when it's CC'd by the Psyker. I didn't know that. So that sucks for me. Assassin hiding in the back right here. I don't even know what he sees. Maybe he's trying to assassinate whoever's driving this pimp wagon. He almost gets run over here. Down goes the Diet. The Dark Eldar are actually holding up this army really well. Dark Eldar do a crazy amount of damage. You get these witches and dogs in here. Morale's broken everywhere. There's lightning bolts flying in. Doom being witnessed. Scourge is unleashing as much firepower as they can on this Baneblade. The Baneblade is gonna fall here. It's running out of HP. Predator's firing all they have. Last cannon battery is firing on overdrive to get this Baneblade down. Baneblade goes down. I'd love to see like an explosion animation. Down it sits, guard crawling over the remnants of the Baneblade to get into combat. The Commissar is urging them on. This Predator pilot here, are they servitors? Some chapters use servitors and other chapters are there's Space Marines driving the tanks. It depends on what the author feels like. But I'm going to assume there was a servitor in there, Servitor 232 driving that Predator tank, and he did a really good job there. Like, I know, what was the Plague Wars books with the Ultramarines? I think that there was one of the stories was a sergeant was like, he lost his whole squad, and like he was badly injured, and they put him in a Predator tank. Or it wasn't a Predator tank, it was like a Whirlwind variant of Rhino. Why I'm dealing 0 damage to Dark Eldar. Well, dog, you're in melee with dogs. Not sure what you want me to do about this, but these dogs are eating good. Anyway, it was like a Whirlwind variant, and it was like I think it was a Vindicare tank, a Vindicare siege tank, and they had hunter killer missiles. It was actually kind of cool. You very rarely get to see like vehicle combat in 40K. It's usually like infantry or marines being chads, and he was driving one of the tanks with his squad, and his tank mates, the 2 other Space Marines in the tank, were like veterans, and their crew commander was killed. It's like they hated him, and like they would like belay his orders. Like he would be like, "Hold your fire," and or like, "I want to fire on target 2," and they would fire on target 3, and he would get pissed. But it was kind of interesting to see the inside of the tank, like the way it worked. But I know other chapters have serfs driving their vehicles. Like, why would you waste a Space Marine on the inside of a tank? So I don't know. It was weird. Anyway. Green Space Marine base is falling. These turrets in the back need to be up much sooner to get that Tau Air Force pressured. And here we go. Dark Eldar is still ravaging. It does look like the crew hacked them down, though, eventually. Very GG. This was a really cool game. Dark Eldar building a huge complex, but there's not much you could do to stop this. And I think there's just more streaming of guard stuff coming up the side of the map. There's another whole nother Commissar regiment being built up here. They're getting ready to go. Another Baneblade already deployed. Green Space Marine goes out with a bang. And now it's just the Dark Eldar. There's a little heretic. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, "Why are the humans shooting me? I'm human." Poor guy. It looks like he has a dentist on Kamara, though. He's got some chompers. Stop moving. I want to see your chompers, bro. Yeah, he's got little chompers. Yeah, look at those little things. Good for him. Good for him. Dark Eldar Air Force coming in. And there it is. There you have it. GG. This just goes to show, keep fighting until the end. What did Mr. President Unicorn actually have at the end of this? He had some Vespids. He had some crew. Oh, these were his crew. And he had more Fire Warriors. This was a really good game. Fight until the end. Coordinate with your teammates. If you think it's safe, build your HQ when it gets destroyed in another spot. Or say, keep teammates that can go, hey, let me say, your HQ's getting destroyed. Here's 400 real quick wreck. Build it somewhere safe. Build it in the corners. These 3v3 and 4v4 maps, beautiful. Beautiful fights. Plenty of room to maneuver. I mean, look at all the dead bodies on the front door of this Tau base, and it's all teamwork. It always comes down to teamwork, and especially when we play on stream and we do community games, just playing this like with the same people over and over, you kind of get a feel for how they play. You could support each other better. You know, we weren't in Discord even talking in this game, but you know, like I saw Crazy Dog's base being kind of loomed upon from here with this critical location. Again, it's tough now. I should have done it when the battle was happening, but there was so much going on. If the enemy team has this critical location, you can see into the enemy's base, at least partially, like this back corner. And if you're facing like Space Marines and stuff where they're dropping here, you're in trouble. You're in deep trouble. I mean, they had a Dark Eldar who could have jumped in here with Scourges. Assault Marines could jump in to get the vision. But you got to protect your back, your base. I mean, same thing here. Look, there was mines, turrets. Maybe I've just played this map a lot, and generally by the time your army crosses this huge expanse of a map. I mean, look at all these dead guard. Beautiful. By the time your army's all the way over here and somebody backdoors your base, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. There's not really a way to get over there quickly and reliably. Even if you jumped in a Chimera here and you drove all the way back down this huge, long causeway, it's just tough. It's tough. So there you have it. A 3v3 on Narnia. I do really enjoy that map. It's one of the uglier tile sets in red. I did enjoy it a lot. It's a shame Professor Dr. Unicorn got ravaged so early on, but that's how it happens sometimes. We couldn't get there to save him, so I do apologize. Take a look at the score screen. We had some good kills, a lot of good deaths. It's all about that eco. It's all about that eco in that. And again, I did play guard. I know sometimes it's a little unfair playing on these big maps like this, but guards where it's at for me. I love playing the guard, but sometimes it can be tough to control them. They're animals. Anyway, it's been on Siege Strike. If you liked the video, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see in the matchups kind of thing. I'm going to get these videos pumping again. I do apologize. Been very busy with holidays and family and my poor fish, Ripperoni fish. And, yeah, let's get this thing back on track. The Discord is down below in the video description if you want to join in. We do play these community. Again, I haven't streamed in a while either. I've been super busy. But when I start streaming again, keep an eye out. Please, love to see everybody come in and join the community games. Get the battlefield flowing. Godspeed.